Out why I believe tight end Isaiah Likely is the most underrated prospect in college football going into the NFL, and why I believe that the Appalachian State Mountaineers need to really consider moving on from Sean Clark, and finally, how you are going to get paid to watch this one. Let's get it.
This is Enough Said Sports.
Hey guys, I hope all is well in your world. It is all well here at Enough Said Sports as we come to you with another college football preview and prediction video here on YouTube. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day or evening whenever you may be watching this to support us here on YouTube. If you like this kind of content, want more opportunities to make money off of these games, whether it be football or NBA, please join us on Patreon. It is in the description box below there. Please click the link. Check us out. We have several different tiers there for you, customized to exactly what it is that you're looking for specifically. But definitely show us some love and support on there. Definitely need that. Thank you so much again for all your support. Let's talk about this matchup. It's going to be the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers going up against the Appalachian State Mountaineers. It's going to be coming on Wednesday, October the 20th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ESPN. Coastal Carolina is favored in this one, -4, and the total in this one is 59.5. So let's start out with Coastal Carolina here. Jamie Chadwell is the head coach. Coastal Carolina is 6-0. Grayson McCall is the quarterback, playing really, really well right now. 79.8% completion percentage, 13.6 yards per pass attempt, 14 touchdowns to only 1 interception. So he's really, really having a tremendous season all the way around, again, for the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Up front, they do have 4 seniors, 1 sophomore, and they do have the tight end, Isaiah Likely. I mentioned him at the top of the show. This guy is really, really good, runs really excellent routes, has great hands, and just had an absolute coming out party up against Arkansas State the last time out. This guy is definitely going to make a really, really good tight end on Sundays. Definitely has all the tools from everything that I'm seeing on film with this young man. I think he's going to be really, really special. On the defensive side of the football, Coastal Carolina runs a 3-4 defensive set. Jeffrey Gunter is the star on the defense. He's the linebacker. He's a projected 3rd or 4th round draft pick. Definitely going to be playing on Sundays. When I watched him on film up against Arkansas State, they looked really, really good in the first half, very dominant. Not quite as explosive as they probably should have been offensively in the first half, but they did a very, very nice job defensively, stopping everything that Arkansas State does, which is not necessarily that easy to do, considering that Arkansas State does have a very, very solid offense. They leave a lot to be desired on defense, but offensively they are somewhat potent, and I thought Coastal Carolina did a nice job in the first half. I did think they kind of let up off the gas defensively in the second half. It allowed the backup quarterback to come in for Arkansas State and move the football pretty well on them and get some explosive plays. But offensively, I thought they just played out of their minds in the second half. Huge play after huge play, big runs, very, very impressive what Coastal Carolina was able to do in the second half of that game, and they just took care of business and took care of a team that they should have beat down, and they did exactly just that. So a lot of credit goes out to Coastal Carolina going on the road and getting that done last week. On the other side, you got Sean Clark as the head coach for the Appalachian State Mountaineers. They are 4-2. They're coming off of a really bad loss against ULL, 41-13. Chase Bryce is the quarterback, 66.1% completion percentage, 8.3 yards per pass attempt, 8 touchdowns to just 5 interceptions this season so far. Up front, they do have 1 senior, 3 juniors, and 1 sophomore on the offensive line. Really don't have necessarily any big-time standout players there on the offensive side. They run a base 3-4 defense. Same thing on that end. Really don't have any big-time players over there, and definitely struggled last time out. Now, when I watched him on film, and I've watched a lot of App State this year in general, but when I watched him on film up against ULL, I was very, very unimpressed with everything that they did. I'm very unimpressed with Sean Clark's offense. I do believe that it's somewhat similar to some of the things that they've run in the past, obviously, and been very successful. I just believe Sean Clark has done a poor job with this roster, considering what he has. I think he's trying to run a offensive scheme that really doesn't fit this roster, trying to run kind of a power type of a scheme, similar to almost kind of like a triple option, but not really, with a lot of guys in the box. You got 2 and 3 guys in the backfield every single time, and you're really trying to overpower and run a power scheme against these teams. And they really, really struggled against ULL to run the football. They did unfortunately couldn't run the ball, and that's why I say I believe Sean Clark has not done a great job with this roster, because you have to understand as a football coach that you have to match your personnel with what it is that you're trying to do scheme wise, and this particular scheme doesn't really fit what they're trying to do. I was very, very unimpressed with Chase Bryce. I have been very unimpressed with Chase Bryce this entire season. I really think he leaves a lot to be desired. Missed a ton of throws up against ULL. A couple touchdown passes, I believe, against ULL. If he'd been a little bit more accurate, I think they would have had a much better chance. Not saying they would have beat ULL the way ULL was playing, but they certainly would have had a much, much better opportunity to be competitive in that game. And they had all the motivation in the world after losing to them the previous year, and they went in there and got smacked in the mouth again. So I was very unimpressed with that. Very unimpressed with this Appalachian State defense. They're really, really struggling right now. And again, I'll go back to Sean Clark, and that's one of the things I spoke about at the top of the video. I think that Appalachian State really needs to think about moving on from Sean Clark, just simply because they've really worked hard to get this program to where it is today. I remember when Appalachian State was a D1 AA program, and they've done an amazing job over the years with a myriad of different coaches that have come in and carried this program forward. And I believe this program is going in the wrong direction right now. And, I'd like to see Sean Clark turned around, but I don't think he's your guy. And I think that this coming Wednesday night, I think that's going to be even more and more evident going up against Coastal Carolina, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. Now, with all that being said, guys, I really like Coastal on the money line in this one. I feel very, very comfortable with that. I also feel very comfortable with Coastal Carolina covering the -4. I think they're going to get it done. It may not necessarily be easy. I believe this Appalachian State team will be better prepared for this contest than they were last time out. They're at home. It is a odd night. It is a Wednesday. It is prime time. It is very, very hard to go on the road on an odd night and cover. But I do believe that this Coastal Carolina Chanticleer squad is significantly more talented than this Appalachian State team. I think that obviously Coastal Carolina has a much better coaching prowess right now, and I believe they got it going and got their team playing at the level that they should be playing at. So I really like Coastal to come in, get this thing done. I'm not going to mess with the total in this one. I could really see this total going either way, so I don't really feel comfortable putting my money on that. So I'll stick with Coastal Carolina to win on the money line, and I'll also stick with Coastal Carolina to cover the -4 points. Guys, as always, thank you so much for all your support. Please let me know what you think, Coastal Carolina fans. What are your thoughts about Isaiah Likely, your tight end? Appalachian State fans, what are your thoughts about Sean Clark? Does he deserve another year to try to get things together here for the Appalachian State Mountaineers. And of course, guys, let me know what you think about the pick. Again, really appreciate all the support. If you like this kind of content, please, again, check us out on Patreon. It is the first link in the description box below. Check us out. We got several different tiers, again, for whatever you like. You can customize that and definitely take advantage of these opportunities to get the aid your bank account needs. Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Talk to you soon.